this video that you're about to watch is completely raw footage. I'm not going to mess around with editing. I'm just going to put bits together and job's done. It's working, but I just can't be bothered with editing everything. So I'm just going to throw it all together and we'll see how it looks like. Right, so, it's cold, it's cold. Today we are going to attempt to change the heater matrix in the Golf mk6. Right, first thing I'm going to do, obviously I've got the interior light on and I don't want the battery going flat. So, first job I'm going to do is pull the interior light fuse out. Right, put that somewhere safe. Shut this door. Right, so this is on a right-hand drive car. There's loads of videos on left-hand drive where they can just get down under here, but in a right-hand drive car, whole glove box has got to come out. So to get the glove box out, we've got to take this surround off, this off. This has all got to come forwards. Few bolts and stuff in the way to do it. So yeah, right, let's make a start. So I'll try and get as much of this documented as possible that I can do with one hand. So radio surround, I don't think I need to take the actual radio out, but if you did, there's 4 screws holding the radio. Mine hasn't got the 4 screws in. This just pops off. Don't unplug from here. Pull the clips on the sides. That's that out. Let's just widen this angle a bit. Next up, gear surround up and out the way. Then there should be 2 screws, 1, 2, to release this. Lift it up, and you've got to unplug these on the back. So just get these unplugged. They just push in, but I can't do it one-handed. Actually, before I go any further, let's just go through the symptoms. So when I've got my engine on, let's turn you around. When the engine's running, these are all working 1, 2, 3, but this here, if I put it to hot, I'm getting a little bit of warm air coming out of here. It's not hot. If I turn it all the way around to 0, it's cold air from outside that's coming through. So the heater matrix is blocked. I know that this is working because obviously it blows cold, very cold, or it blows warm. It's 3 degrees today at the moment. It's 9 o'clock in the morning, and I want to get this job sorted. So yeah, right. So this is now, have I unplugged that? Yeah, that's unplugged. So that comes up out the way. Oh, it's filthy in this car. Absolutely filthy. So that's out the way. Then this surround, pull at the bottom, which, oh no, there's a screw there and a screw there. I've got to get those out, and then that comes out. Just one moment. I'm going to take out the heater as well. These are T20s holding these in, and then I've got another one in there and another one there to get the heater control out the way. I'll get that in there. Obviously you don't want to go dropping your screws. Very difficult to do one-handed. Let's just have some coffee. This job is going to be a bit of a right. So I've dropped a screw there. So that's then slides forwards, and that's out the way. People are left-hand drive, for some reason they wear on here. That's how easy it is to take this out to change it. Right, so that's all out. Gear surround's out. Plugs are out. This, do I need to take this bit out? I can't remember. Right, next we're on to the glove box. 6 screws across the bottom, 6 across the top. I need to come around the other side to get to this. You'll also need to drop this, which has got one T25 up this end. So that comes out the way. Chuck that in the back. This cover under here needs to come out, which might be easier to do once the glove box. Oh no, I've got a little tab under there, haven't I, to undo. Excuse all these wires for my GPS and what else? DAB aerial. So that's that one out the way. Don't lose any of these clips. This here is the cover for the heater matrix. We've got one there, one bolt there, there's one here, and there's one higher up. See, they're the pipes there. Both are red hot for the, well, not red hot, they're both warm for the heater matrix itself. So to get to those, glove box has got to come out. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and then in here, 1, 2, 3 to come out. So I'll get those done now. Right, so once they're out, you can drop the glove box. And what else am I missing? Something. What am I missing? Oh, this surround needs to come off. Right, also to get the glove box off, so you take that surround off. This needs to come out of this side, and you also need to take this bottom one out as well. Which again, two-handed job. Right, fucking just started fucking raining as well. So that's out. Glove box now should, yeah, just drops down and out. Now behind your glove box, you need to get it unclipped from around this bit as well. Oh, it's difficult to do one-handed while I'm trying to record, but so let's get with the glove box. You've got a you got your switch in here for your airbag. You need to unplug that. If while that's unplugged, do not turn on your ignition because you will get a light on the dash. Right, I need to get this worked out from around here. So yeah, you got this little plug here. It needs to be unplugged. So to do that, you just push the blue up, and that's out the way. You've also got a pipe here that connects onto the back of the glove box. That needs pulling off, and that's the glove box out. Fuck. Right, this pipe can come out the way. This still doesn't look like it's going to be possible with all this dash in place. How the... There. I've got a funny feeling I need to go deeper because I need to get this plate off of here, and all this plastic needs to come out the way to get in here to slide everything out. Jeez, how am I supposed to do that? You boys that are left-hand drive have got this a lot easier. It might slide out behind. How tight's that there? It might slide out behind it. Let's see how we get on with that in place. Anyway, back in a minute. Right, I'm not sure how I'm going to go about this. We've got a bolt there that's holding this motor in place. This one here, these are 6mm. There's a couple more up in the top as well. Just can't put the flash on, unfortunately. Let's change it that way. So yeah, we've got a bolt up there we need to get off. We need to get this motor off, which has got a 6mm holding it on. I'm going to have to release this yellow arm somehow so that this cover can come off. So right, I'll get these off and get back to you. This one here is a pig to get to. You need a really shallow, thin, like that one. It's too thick on this. That one's too thick on the sides to get onto it. I've had to go for one that's a bit thinner on the sides. But now I've lost, where's the screw? The screw is sat under there. Right, what's next? Does that just pull out? Nope, it doesn't just pull out. We need to disconnect this somewhere, probably disconnect it at that joint there. I think. What's going on up here? Right, I'll get back to you in a minute once I've got this out of the way. Right, so to release, I've had to release this bit of cable to give me a bit extra space, then get a pair of pliers on. I don't know where the bit of motor's disappeared, so now we get a pair of pliers on it. It's swung down around there. A pair of pliers just to squeeze it together. Now this is all on this housing, I think. So I've got a bolt to undo. Where is it? Hiding up under here. Then I think that should be released. Let's get onto that bolt. Right, so this one that I had trouble getting out that holds the motor in place, you don't need to remove that. You've got one at the top behind this arm. One here, one here. This bit of wiring you have to tuck out the way. Right, so now we've got the heater matrix, which I'm hoping I can get out without removing this bit of plastic. So now we've got an Allen key there, and there's Allen key on the bottom one as well that we need to release. Not sure what size they are. I'll let you know once I've found out. I think it's 3mm. So these, I've got to a point now where I've loosened that much, it's just rolling around, but I need to get, no they do, I can just get it out by hand. I need to take those right out. And the bottom one, take that out. And these are on some sort of like clip spring. We need to get that off and push back. Same with this one, push back. Right, so they're undone. There might be room, you know, to get in there. There's only one way to find out. Right, I need to get something to protect this in case there's any coolant comes out. Hopefully there won't be. Just give me a minute. I should put this down here. It's an incontinence pad from one of my clients. Right, the issue I've got now is that there really is not a lot of movement here to get these pipes apart, and obviously it's aluminium. There's just no movement at all to get these out. Right, I'm gonna have to have a play, see what I can do. There's got to be some way that you can get that released. Back in a minute. Right, I've slid this out a little bit. I've got this bottom one cracked open. Getting it back together is going to be a bitch. Coolant going everywhere. I need to adjust a few things. Right, let's see how we carry on. Right, I think I've got the bottom one out enough. This top one is so tight against here, you have to keep wiggling. You have to keep pulling the heater matrix out. You can almost do with two people. That's coming now. I need to break this seal on this one though. So I'm just getting a screwdriver and just putting it in and just twisting it gently. Obviously this is aluminium, so you've got to go really careful. I have had some coolant come out. Make sure you tuck your plug well out the way so you don't get coolant on that. But I need to get this top one done. Right, let's keep going. Right, I've got the top one out as well. I still can't push these back enough to get this heater matrix out the way. See, we're loose. It's just so tight with these pipes. I think we're getting there. Right, let's see if we can slide this out now. There we go, one heater matrix out. There's the pipes. Feel pretty crusty around them. So we've got this seal here to come off. This one off, we've got new ones in the packaging. But it just sits in there. Right. See if we get this other one back on and change these seals over. It's not easy, but well, it's not easy. It is doable. What time are we on now? It's taken me an hour to get that out. Right, before we go any further, let's try and run some water through this heater matrix. Just turn the hose on. So if we run some water in there, it should come out the other hole. So there's nothing flowing through there. If we go this way, it's just flowing back. Turn that off a second. Put the hose in that one. There's no flow through that at all. So we're obviously blocked well up here. Right, let's get this other one back in place. Hopefully it'll be a bit easier job. Need to get those seals off first and change those. Right, so these are the new seals, but all I've got on here is the black ones. I'm not sure where the O-rings are going to sit. So let's take these off and find out. I need two hands for this. I don't know what's just gone on there with my camera, but right. So remove the bungs. I've lost track now with where I am with the recording because it was recording when I thought I'd paused. New heater matrix comes with foam to go around it. This is here, so it sits on like this, round here. Make sure you remove the 2 bungs that sit in these pipes. I'm now going to try and get this back together and get it back in place. So back with you in a moment. Right, so the heater matrix just slides back in place. Now we've got to get these pipes sitting where they should be, which isn't going to be easy again. It's all two-handed jobs. I can't film and get these in place at the same time, unfortunately, but we're winning. We're getting there. Right, so I've just tried to put this back in, and what I've discovered, I think you put these bungs in here first, then put the pipes into them, because it's so tight behind there to get it all pushed back together. So let's try it around this way. Right, not gonna lie, that clip is a bitch to do back up. Excuse the language. You see, there's such a big gap. I've had to wedge things in here and behind here to get that so it will clamp up. So now I've got to do this top one, which is sitting a lot closer than it was before. But this is the hardest bit of the job, is getting these clamps done up. Definitely. Right, let's try and get this top one done. It's taken me about 45 minutes to do that bottom one, to get everything tight together and then get the clamp over the top. Right, they're back in place. I've just started the engine to make sure it's not leaking. It's fucking leaking. So I don't know what's not sitting right, but you can see there's a drip of water just on the top of that one there. So something's leaking somewhere. So I'm going to have to take them back out again. I'm really starting to regret starting this job, but it's shit. The hardest bit is getting these pipes back on, but what I have discovered why it was leaking is because of, I think these 2 O-rings need to sit in here, and that's why it was leaking. So I've got those pipes on there, these on here, try and get it back together. Right. I've been at this 2 hours now, trying to get these clamps back on. It's not fucking easy at all. Anybody trying to do this at home on their own, it's so difficult. But I think that bottom one's now lined up. It's so difficult to see whether they're lined up because you can't see the back. And now I've got to do this top one. I've got all sorts here. I've got spanners, putting pressure on with cable ties, trying to hold the pipes in place. It's just, there's no space at all to get in there to tighten them back up, to make sure they're lined up. It's just a bitch. You think it's lined up, and then you notice a bit at the back that's not, it's not clamped up properly. Pretty sure, but I'm going to be so pissed off if I start this up again now once I get this back together and it starts leaking again, because it's just ridiculous. Yeah, I've saved myself some money at the mechanics, but I am absolutely knackered. My right arm is completely dead from hanging upside down. I need to get on with this. Right, they're back on. Please, please, please do not leak. I'm going to go start the engine, see what happens. Oh. Right, what's happening? I can't see from here. I'll have to come around the other side. Please do not be leaking. Oh, that doesn't look like it's leaking to me. Oh I've got no heater flap in place, have I? Right, well, that's not leaking. I'm going to put this all back together. It's definitely not leaking, is it? No. Definitely not leaking. Right, I've completely lost track of where I'm at with this video, where I'm recording. I've got it all back to, well, we are now in this. I've just got the engine running. So I'm going to start putting this back together and then see if we've got some heat. Hopefully we have. It's definitely not leaking. So I'll put it all back together the way it came apart, and I'll update you when I'm done. Filter housing, not the filter housing, what am I on about? The actual matrix itself, I had to break some bits of plastic off because it wasn't the same fitment as what came out. It just wouldn't sit back on it so I could do the screws up. So in conclusion, I've done the job. It's not leaking. The heaters are hot. This is a long video. I've got to now find time to edit it all together and see what I've messed up with my filming. If you've enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe and share. A right-hand drive car heater matrix is a pig of a job to do if you've never done it before. Or you don't need many tools. 3mm Allen key, T25 Torx, and a 6mm socket. Just one moment. Come here. What was it? Yeah, 6mm socket. That's all you need. So right, this is my hardest video I've ever made. I will see you all in the next one. See you later.